The most interesting part of the story of the tortoise and the hare, to me, is the moment when this little guy wakes up from that mid-race nap in a panic. Like, oh my gosh, I'm in a race. Oh, I've already lost because the turtle was working the whole time. This is a weird way of starting a conversation about full-funnel fundraising. Full-funnel fundraising is this idea of looking at all of the stages of fundraising from aware, interested, engaged, and committed as you move down, and realizing there's work to be done at any phase of the year, any stage of the funnel, and not just ignoring it and waiting until Q4, right? That's what I think a lot of nonprofits do. They nap all year, send a couple emails, sure, but they're waiting for that big push at the end of the year and suddenly wake up, like our friend here, in a panic and realize they should have been running the whole time. And that's the mentality of the tortoise versus the hare. The tortoise focuses on full funnel fundraising. Q1, Q2, Q3, what are they doing? Well, they're looking at the top of the funnel to start their activities there, where we can look at our things like Google ad grants, we can look at paid advertising, we can look at social media, we can look at search engine optimization, we can look at those stories that we are telling that are bringing attention into our funnel and moving that into interested. And this is the most important point. Attention for attention's sake, frankly, doesn't get me there. You know what does? Emails, the permission to communicate. Love you, Seth Godin, right? Permission marketing. It is still a thing. And when you get those emails, because you're converting some percent of the people that come into your site from aware, you get them interested. From there, we get into the game of storytelling and reminding. And then social media plays in here too, because those folks are still on those lists. They're hearing your stories. They're going with you on that journey. They're hearing the urgency, the moments, and the meaning of the testimonials, the impact of your work. You get that. That's being sent at a drumbeat, keeping them top of mind, engaged, right? As we move down the funnel. Some percent will stay on as we go through this full funnel fundraising approach. You realize like that work could be done. Like whenever you're watching this, Q2, Q3, like that's work that should be being done right now. Maintaining that top of mind, that storytelling and that community building and engaged. Even though the donate didn't happen in that moment, it all builds toward that. And then we get that commitment. Those commitment asks, which disproportionately, happen in Q4, but you have to acknowledge all the other work that happens there. This is the kind of stuff that Whole Whale loves doing. We are a digital agency, been around for over a decade, and we've seen it work. We've been around for a decade because we realized this long ago and approach this with analytics, with the two buckets of inbound attention that come in, the stuff you pay for, the stuff you earn, and measure on all of those elements how we increase along the way, rather than this one sort of Hail Mary pass at the end of the year where we're like waking up. Again, I brought the prop out. I'm sitting in front of the treehouse I built for the kids, so kind of felt like it worked, right? But don't be the hare. Don't wake up in that panic at the end of the year and be like, oh, wait a minute, we've got to start like burning and turning through our list. Like, pause, take a second, and realize that if you adopt full funnel fundraising, you actually have a way to keep the team focused. The metrics kind of follow along with that. We have a bunch of resources for that, but I just wanted that thought for you in the frame of a tortoise and hare story.